Good evening and welcome to News Hour Agenda. I'm Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan. On the show today, we are going to be bringing you a very special first of a series of poll trackers, and this is about the biggest state as far as population is concerned in India. That's Uttar Pradesh. Not just population, but also in terms of total Lok Sabha seats. It's a state that has a huge impact on Indian politics, and we are going to track what's actually happening on ground. What really is the mood? While we've seen Prime Minister Modi, in a way, sound off the poll bugle in Varanasi with a series of events that took place yesterday. We also saw Priyanka Gandhi visit Lucknow and start off with the Congress's preparations as far as the preparations for elections early next year are concerned. Now, times now over the next half hour, we'll be getting you the mood on ground. Let's first show you what's at stake in these elections. And first and foremost is for the BJP, it's an opportunity to consolidate political dominance. Referendum on the party's pro-development push. The polls will determine support for its Hindutva outlook and a prestige battle even for Prime Minister Modi. For the Samajwadi Party, it's a bid to bounce back into power. Also an optimism after the Panchayat election booster. The first elections with Akhilesh firmly at the helm. It's a challenge also to hold on to Muslim votes with AIMIM firmly in the fray. For BSP, it's an existential fight. For Party Supremo Mayawati, the defeat will deal a huge blow to the idea of a mainstream Dalit party. For Congress, the survival question looms large for the party in the state. It will decide Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's political future. Loss will make Rahul Gandhi further irrelevant. We're now going on to the methodology of this particular poll. There have been 4,350 samples that have been recorded for the survey. Adult respondents interviewed across all segments. The statistical weighing of data to a known census profile. All right, let's now go right across to the first results that we're talking about. This is, in fact, question number one that we asked as far as this tracker is concerned. It says that irrespective of the party you support, which party do you think will win? The BJP gets 43.1, the SP gets 29.6, Congress 8.1, BSP 10.1, others 3.2, a hung assembly 3.1, and can't say is at 2.8. The second question that we're debating also in a few moments will be, who is the most preferable chief ministerial candidate? Yogi Adityanath head and shoulders above the rest at 42.2, Akhilesh Yadav, Samajwadi Party at 32.2. Behind him is Mayawati of the BSP at 17. Priyanka Gandhi of the Congress is at 2.9, Jayant Chaudhary of RLD at 1.2, and others were at 4.5. Let's now take this across now, even as we will go through the other questions in just a few minutes. Let me go across to all our guests in just a few minutes, where we will debate these questions.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Aparajita Sarangi, MP and spokesperson of BJP, is with us. Also with us is Shekhar Iyer, senior journalist. Yashwant Deshmukh, founder and chief editor of C Voter, which carried out the survey, is also joining us. With us also is Dr. M.H. Khan, leader of the BSP. Sujata Paul is a political analyst, and Sanjeev Srivastava, senior journalist, is with us as well. But I first want to go across to the spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We have Manoj Kaka with us. Manoj Kaka ji, जहां तक चीफ मिनिस्टरियल कैंडिडेट्स की बात हो तो इस सर्वे में योगी आदित्यनाथ 10% आगे दिखाए जा रहे हैं, 42.2% है, अखिलेश यादव 32.2% है जहां तक चीफ मिनिस्टीरियल कैंडिडेट की बात होती है, और पार्टी सपोर्ट में भी बीजेपी एसपी से करीब 14% या 13.5% आगे दिख रही है. आप कैसे देखते हैं इसे?
जो भी आपके सर्वे में समीक्षा में जो भी बातें आई हैं, किसी ने समीक्षा करी होगी किस जाति वर्ग और किस तरह के लोगों का उसमें समायोजन है, इस पर नहीं जाना चाहते हैं. लेकिन अभी जब आप आज ये सर्वे दिखा रहे हैं, इससे कुछ दिन पहले
उत्तर प्रदेश में ग्राम पंचायत के, जिला पंचायत के और क्षेत्र पंचायत के चुनाव हुए, जिनमें डेलीगेट्स का चुनाव आम जन के द्वारा हुआ. उसमें समाजवादी पार्टी पूरे उत्तर प्रदेश में 3050 जिला पंचायत के सदस्य हैं, उसमें समाजवादी पार्टी के 1500 से ज्यादा मेंबर जीत के आए. और एक बात दूसरी, आपको ये बात बहुत निष्पक्षता से बताना चाहूंगा कि उसमें ज्यादातर जो हारने वाले लोग थे वो भी लगभग मेरे ही पक्ष के लोग थे. जहां कुछ लोगों ने पार्टी की जो आंतरिक बात होती है वो सबको स्पष्ट रूप से स्वीकार करना चाहिए कि कहीं जिनको टिकट नहीं मिला.
तो क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
अगर आप इस
जी।
तो माधव ये सर्वे जो
संक्षिप्त
दिखा रहा
बताइए क्या
है
कहना
आपका
चाह रहे हैं? हाँ
10% का, तो अगर उसके आप आकलन देखें तो अभी समाजवादी पार्टी जो क्षेत्र पंचायत और जिला पंचायत के चुनाव रहे उसमें सबसे बड़ा दल बन के उभरी थी।
Okay, we have to take into account the recent polls. Shekhar Iyer, he says we have to take into account the recent polls. This is not an accurate reflection because there are other polls as well which have shown different results. How do you agree with Manoj Kaka of the Samajwadi Party when he says that? Shekhar Iyer.
Well, I think the big picture so far has been that opposition has not been able to put their house in order in time. You are still seeing Congress is trying to, still get back together. Samajwadi Party for a long period has been in a sort of a limbo. On the other hand, BJP had been facing the way they have got into sorting out those internal problems. At the same time, Yogi Adityanath has been crisscrossing states, first handling the COVID crisis, which initially was a very, very big challenge, and there were a lot of negative feedback, and subsequently the state government managed to, get the grip. So one can see that in terms of the way the opposition is placed, the way the BJP has been responding to the internal situation as well as to the challenges outside. Well, you can see that right now it appears that the BJP still seems to be having the upper hand. And also, the last elections we saw when all the three came together, whether Samajwadi Party, BSP and Congress came together, still it did not matter. So today, as of now, we see they are still standing separate. So therefore, as of now...
That's a very, very important point because the permutations and combinations in UP is not very simple. It is not 1 + 1 = 2. It is not 1 + 1 = 11 either. It's a completely different set of numbers that work over there. And that's why I want to bring in Yashwant Deshmukh. Yashwant Deshmukh, Shekhar Iyer saying that the permutations and combinations that worked last time may not necessarily work together on ground. The opposition index of unity is, of course, also something that will have to be considered in a four-corner fight like it takes place in Uttar Pradesh. But also, given the fact that Manoj Kaka has started off his entire argument raising questions as far as the methodology is concerned, do you think that Manoj Kaka will have some surprises in store further down in the survey?
Well, sir, do you want me to answer on the methodology part, or do you want me to go beyond that and answer the real analysis part? Madhav?
Give us the real picture, sir. Give us the real picture.
The real picture is very cruel for the opposition, actually. It's very difficult for them to digest because regardless of all the COVID mishandling, regardless of whatever happened during the COVID second wave in Uttar Pradesh, the Uttar Pradesh arithmetic is still heavily in favor of the BJP. And that has nothing to do anything of sort. I'm not saying that this is a green signal on governance or green signal on popularity or anything of that sort. I'm talking about pure political arithmetic and the support base within the society for each and every political combination. The BJP certainly looks like way ahead of everybody else with 40% plus combination. Please remember, they polled almost about 50% in the Lok Sabha election, and even in the worst of their times, arguably at this point of time that we are looking at, that number is not going below 40%. And it is very evident when you will look into the more questions that you are going to say, the number of people who are saying that they feel, regardless of which party they are voting for, the number of people who are saying that BJP is likely to win is way beyond, including the Samajwadi Party members and BSP members. And the overall correlation between the votes and the popularity of the leaders, they are all going hand in hand. It is like stacked very, very critically, like, around 40 to 45% for the BJP, 25 to 30% for the Samajwadi Party, and approximately 15% for the PSP. If you look into the leadership and the vote share, a correlation of that.
Okay. All right. Stay with us, Yashwant Deshmukh. I'm going to go across to all the other guests as well, but I want to now open this out a little more. And let's look at whether there are any further surprises. Is it all completely hunky-dory for the BJP? Or is there something that the BJP also needs to be cautious about? Let's take a look at question number 3. Question number 3 is, as far as the performance of Yogi Adityanath as Chief Minister, how do you rate him? Good is 37.1%. Average is 23.4%. Poor is 39.5%. So the good is marginally, just 1 percentage point below poor. The average number is at 23.4%. Question number 4. How do you rate Modi's performance as Prime Minister? Good is 44.7%, poor is 35.6%, and average is at 19.6%. So there's a huge gap over here between the good and the poor. It's much closer when it comes to the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. Are you angry with state government and do you want to change it? Angry and want to change is at 48.7%. Angry but do not want to change is at 27.9%. Not angry and do not want to change is at 23.4%. So the percentage of those who do not want to change is just a little over 50%. It's at around 51. The percentage of those who want a change is at around 48.7. That's almost 49%. Let me take these questions across to the BJP spokesperson on our panel. With us is Aparajita Sarangi, Member of Parliament and spokesperson of the BJP. Aparajita Sarangi, this is what Yashwant Deshmukh was talking about. Now, if you look at the numbers, if you look at the popularity of Yogi Adityanath, he says there's a lot happening on ground. There are a lot of questions when it comes to the public sentiment, and this could be due to any number of factors from COVID to governance to so on and so forth. But the fact is that there is some kind of a latent public image or also anger, which is certainly at some level or the other something that the BJP will have to do a lot about if it wants to ensure that it has a comfortable margin in the upcoming UP polls.
A very good evening to all of you. We accept and acknowledge the survey results with a lot of humility. We work very hard. We do our homework very meticulously. We have our strategy in place and we put in our best to ensure that the strategy is actually followed and we adhere to whatever we kind of decide to do. Now, having said this, let me tell you that we have to look at the 64-page document, which was the report card of Yogi Adityanath ji, which he released immediately after the end of the financial year 2021. And you'll be surprised, on all fronts, Yogi Adityanath government has been doing exceedingly well. It may be crime control, it may be corona control, it may be providing new jobs to the youth, it may be, developmental issues, creation of infrastructure, and even the Ram Mandir construction. But at the same time, let me tell you that the victory.
So let us speak.
Yes.
We will come. We have enough time. मैं सबके पास आऊँगा. Please थोड़ा वक्त दीजिए को अपना जवाब देने के लिए. Go ahead. Let's not start heckling each other. सर बहुत वक्त है सबके पास. आप जवाब दे सकते हैं इन्हें. बाकी पैनलिस्ट भी हैं. Please उनको जवाब देने दीजिए. Aparajita Sarangi, make your point, please, quickly.
Yogi Adityanath ji's government will win with thumping majority in the 2022 assembly elections is written on the wall. See, we have seen the results of the recent local body elections. Imagine, out of 75 Jila Parishad Pramukhs, we have won in 67 places, 67 districts are ours. And as far as the block Pramukhs are concerned, out of about 825,
all right. Let me take that question of governance. Governance, at some level or the other, Sanjeev Srivastava, when it comes to the sentiment of people, is it on account of governance? Is it on account of COVID in your view? And what explains the extreme popularity of Yogi Adityanath? Is it his personal image? Or also at the same time, is it, somewhere or the other, have there been issues of one would say of an emotive nature that have been raised that are actually leading to this kind of a result at the moment, at least from this survey? Sanjeev Srivastava, how do you read this?
See, I broadly agree with the survey and what Yashwant Deshmukh said. See, there are a few things. The second wave of COVID, especially in its earlier weeks in April and till mid of May, UP position was very bad. It was widely reported in the press. And the government did look in the dock and on the defensive. But subsequently, they have improved their performance. In fact, I have had first-hand accounts from people in Lucknow praising about how the government was very proactive in attending to COVID patients, even at their homes. The other thing is the opposition, like you were saying, if you stack up the percentages, together BSP, SP and Congress have a 15 percentage point leads over Yogi and BJP. But the fact is, we all know they will not get together. And even if they get together, there are contradictions therein and that doesn't always work. So clearly, Yogi as of now,
Absolutely.
looks to be ahead for a number of reasons. He is seen as a strong, decisive leader. He is also seen as somebody on whom there are no personal charges of corruption. So the UP may be, the polity there may be corrupt, but Yogi somehow has transcended that image that he himself is non-corruptible in money matters. He can talk of development, he doesn't have to talk of Hindutva because he is like Hindutva embodied himself. The way, everything about him is Hindutva. So like in 2014, Mr. Modi actually didn't have to talk about Hindutva at all because Hindutva was inherent in him, so he could position himself as a development person. Similarly with Yogi, so Yogi has an edge. Akhilesh, though he is trailing by only 10-12 percentage points, but the oomph somehow has gone out of the opposition in UP. Today, Priyanka has got good crowds, but we all know crowds don't translate into votes. It is a very uphill task for the opposition. So as we speak, though elections are about 8-9 months ago,
Congress in UP.
We speak, the BJP
lot of
and
questions
Yogi
still about Congress
seem
in
to
UP.
be ahead.
We'll come to those as well. Yeah. Let me now go across to the next set of questions before I go across to our other two panelists. Dr. M.H. Khan and Sujata Paul are waiting very patiently. I thank you for your patience. But let's look at question number 6. Which of these factors will significantly affect election results? Farmers' protests say 25.1% of people. States handling of COVID say 16.3%. Communal polarization 16.2. There's the answer, one of the very important factors as well. Crackdown on mafia 11.6. So there's law and order. Prime Minister Modi's image at 7.6. Schemes implementation is 7.5. States performance on the economic front is 3.1. BJP's performance in recent polls 2.3. Others is 10.2. Question number 7 on the survey. Which is the most important issue for you at the present? The issue of unemployment, say 58.1. This is a huge number. The most important issue is that of unemployment, 58.1. And this, of course, is a very, very sensitive, very, very important issue in India's biggest state. The fact that 58.1% feel that the issue of unemployment is the biggest one is certainly significant. Inflation and price rise is at 10. Status of electricity, water, roads is at 8.4. Control on corruption in government works 5.4. Law and order and security of women 4.7. Status of education facilities 4.5. Issue of corona pandemic 3.6. National issues like CA, NRC, NPR 1.8 and other issues 3.5. All right, let me quickly get a word from Yashwant before I go across to our other panelists. Yashwant, break this down for us. Now, in terms of the issues, whopping issue of unemployment at 58.1%, yet when it comes to the pro-incumbency or the anti-incumbency feelings, there's a very, very different sort of a result that's there. Even farmers' protest in the previous question was 25.1. So this is a very, very interesting paradox that we're seeing.
No, it's not exactly a paradox. If you look it very closely, just a couple of months back when we were dealing with the second wave of corona, at that point of time, huge majority was just focused on corona, and for them it was a matter of life and death. Now that part is over. People have suffered. Yes, many families have lost near and dear ones. But right now, people are back to the issues of livelihood, back to the issues of their bread and butter, and that is the top of the mind recall for them. Now the question of when you talk about the popularities, let me make a couple of points very, very clear. Number one, Prime Minister Modi is way more popular than his own party. Prime Minister Modi is way more popular than his own state government, number one. Number two, it is Modi's image and his own charisma which made BJP win in 2017 election. Make no mistakes about it. And it will be a lot up to him as well. I mean, I'm not denying that among the state leader, Chief Minister Yogi is way more popular than Akhilesh or Mayawati or any other leader for that matter. But there should be no mistake that there is not there is anger against the misgovernance. One should not get confused with that.
Okay.
Yes, a huge number of them are saying they are angry, but they do not want to change the government because the whatsoever alternative that they are looking at, they figure out that it's not really worth the change. So there are people, even the BJP supporters, who are upset, but they do not want to change the government. So there are very two different things. Anti-incumbency sentiment, works only when people start saying we actually want to change this government. So there is an anger, but to change the government, that's an altogether different thing.
All right, there is anger, but changing the government is an altogether different thing. Dr. M.H. Khan is with us, leader of BSP. Dr. M.H. Khan, how do you explain this, sir? कैसे आप इसे explain करते हैं? इस सर्वे का के जो परिणाम है, इससे साफ जाहिर है कि कम से कम BSP के लिए बहुत मुश्किल हालत होने वाली है। क्या जहां तक बीजेपी और एसपी के नंबर्स हैं या रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं या लीडर्स की इमेज है, सब जो है BSP इन सब से बहुत ज्यादा पिछड़ती दिख रही है।
ये सर्वे को तो हम लोग मानते ही नहीं है। सर्वे क्या होता है? आज आप सर्वे करेंगे, कल कोई बड़ी घटना घट जाएगी तो सर्वे खत्म हो जाएगा आपका। अभी 6 महीने चुनाव बाकी हैं, 6 महीने में क्या घटनाएं घटती हैं कुछ पता नहीं है। आज की डेट में अगर आप इस तरह से सोचेंगे तो पूरी जनता त्रस्त है। क्या महंगाई कम हो गई? क्या डीजल के दाम कम हो गए? क्या पेट्रोल के दाम कम हो गए? क्या किसानों की समस्या हल हो गई? क्या महिलाओं का रेप बंद हो गया? क्या गुंडई कम हो गई? ये सब चीज़ है जनता के डोमेन में, और जनता जानती है कि जब समय आएगा तो उस समय जो वोटिंग होती है, आज भी बुरी से बुरी हालत में बीएसपी का जो है 18 से 20% वोट इंटैक्ट है। उसके आगे बढ़ना मुझे, हम जीरो से नहीं चलेंगे। जैसे कांग्रेस अभी कोई उसका वजूद ही नहीं है। और जिस पार्टी की आप बात कर रहे हैं, जो पार्टी में भी कर रही हो, तो वो जात धर्म की बात करती हैं। अभी योगी जी का परसों किसी टीवी चैनल पर वो आ रहा था, इंटरव्यू आ रहा था, वो 19% और 81% की बात कर रहे थे। तो जब आप हिंदू मुसलमान करेंगे, जब आप कहेंगे कि मेरे बजरंग बली आपके अली, तो पोलराइजेशन तो होना ही होना है। और आप एमएलए की बात करिए, देखिए एमएलए का चुनाव जो हुआ था वो योगी जी के नाम पर नहीं हुआ था,
से क्या बीएसपी को नुकसान हो रहा है सर? मिस्टर खान, पोलराइजेशन से क्या बीएसपी को सबसे
पोलराइजेशन से बीएसपी को नुकसान कुछ नहीं हो रहा। इन पोलराइजेशन होगा ही नहीं। पोलराइजेशन होगा ही नहीं इस महामारी में।
अभी कहा
जितनी महामारी हुई है उसमें हिंदू भी ज्यादा, सबसे ज्यादा हिंदू फंसे हुए हैं। नहीं होगी, लेकिन हम वही बात आपसे कह रहे हैं।
Quick response from Shekhar Iyer. Shekhar Iyer is with us, and I'm going to come across to you in just a minute, Sujata Paul. Shekhar Iyer, I wanted to give a response to what the BSP panelists just said. You know, what does this really mean for Mayawati? From a person who has been a multiple-time chief minister, now her party, in terms of sheer numbers, we know the recent last 2 Lok Sabha and Assembly results, they haven't drawn exactly the kind of result that Mayawati would have hoped for. Is this a make or break election for Mayawati?
Well, indeed, it looks so, because over the last 5 years, she has lost a number of her leaders to other parties, and that situation has not changed, both in terms of rank as well as in file. So therefore, I don't get to see anybody leaving, say, Samajwadi Party going to BSP, but the reverse is on. So therefore, her situation is quite difficult, and at the moment, she's fighting so many fronts. She's of course against BJP. She's against the Samajwadi Party, and she described her alliance in the last election as the biggest blunder. And she's also terribly upset with the Congress. She's very critical of the Congress. So she is friendless, without any alliance partner. She has to plow a lonely furrow to see that her vote, particularly her Dalit vote, is somehow kept intact, Dalit as well as the minority vote, which is a very tall order for her in this election.
Right.
Madhav,
I would like to very quickly.
All right, let me take this across to Sujata Paul. Sujata Paul. Yeah. Okay.
Madhav,
okay, all right, come in. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to put a very quick,
Go ahead.
One point. In the CM question, there are still almost about 17-18% people in Uttar Pradesh who still who say that, Mayawati is a better candidate to be the chief minister. But when the perception about winnability is concerned, there are only about 10% people who feel that BSP can actually win and form the government. So the problem of Mayawati is not that
very important.
She is not in people's mind. Her voters' mind and people's mind still there. But big number of Mayawati supporters who are suppose inherently against Samajwadi Party, they look at BJP towards as a tool to defeat Sapa, or if they are at the Samajwadi Party as a tool to defeat the BJP. So it's a question of winnability. Somehow Mayawati is not seen as in the game to power right now. That's why her numbers are building like this.
Okay. All right. Let me quickly bring in Sujata Paul. Sujata Paul, I'm sorry to keep you waiting so long, but let me begin by asking you, very important point that Yashwant is making. One is that the two biggest challenges for the Congress at this point of time, of course, its own position. There are several issues that we can discuss, but I will just raise two very important points. One is the fact that you have a situation where there may be anger within the people, but actually when it comes to changing the government, that perhaps is not the sentiment that exists. That's what this survey, as Yashwant was explaining to us, has revealed. And also, of course, the most important aspect is who really is the leader who will lead the Congress. At least in the case of the BSP, the SP and the BJP, there is one face, there is one leader. In the case of Congress, is it going to be Priyanka Gandhi? That hasn't been announced formally as yet.
Yes, but one very interesting thing that I'm seeing here is the difference between which party do people think is going to win and which party are they going to vote for. So if you look at the difference, you will understand that gap has the answer to the entire thing. And Uttar Pradesh is a very, very large state, and different areas have different people. What Mr. Yashwant hasn't touched upon are the Brahmin votes. And what I can see is, and I completely agree that on the ground, you might not see Congress as a very, very strong contender. But what I see, I must tell you that in eastern UP, I see the Brahmin vote moving away from the BJP and towards the Congress, which is why I think that the Samajwadi Party has retracted on its Parshuram agenda, if you remember.
And why would that happen? Why would that happen? Okay.
I'll tell you, because as far as Aditya Nath is concerned, he comes across as, being full of Thakurwad. That is the reason. And in Western UP, I do see RLD and Samajwadi
Let the BJP panelists answer that.
Yes.
Okay. Let the BJP panelists answer that. There is a direct charge coming in from Sujata Paul over here that, within the upper caste itself, there is some kind of friction and that is going to benefit the Congress. That's the theory that has been posited by Sujata Paul. Your response to that, Aparajita Sarangi?
I admire the confidence of Madam Sujata Paul. They had bagged just 7 seats in 2017 assembly elections, and they did extremely bad in the 2019 elections also. And right now they're with 8%. And still she's talking of the eastern UP votes coming to Congress. I wonder, that is the question that I also want to ask. Who is the leader in the Congress? Which is the face that we look at when we talk of Congress? This is the question, I think it's before everybody in UP and beyond. In fact, it is absolutely rudderless party. It is leaderless party. Why should people vote towards the Congress? That's the question.
Okay.
Now here...
It's a rudderless and leaderless party, says Aparajita Sarangi. Absolutely. We are almost at the end of this debate. I want to quickly bring in Sanjeev Srivastava once more. Sanjeev Srivastava, I'm going to end this debate by asking you one simple question. Is this survey too early in the day? I know a lot can change. Mr. Khan has said it and we've seen it. There's no surprises there. But as things stand on ground, do you see this actually translating into the final result if things stay as they are at the moment?
Nobody can answer that question, Madhav. But like I said, as we speak today, the survey looks nearer to the truth than fantasy. So it looks quite credible. Because as of now, the opposition looks divided. The BJP has put its house in order. Yesterday, Prime Minister praised Yogi sky high, burying that entire controversy whether they are getting along well with each other or not. So I think the BJP has got its act together in the run-up to elections. Yes, there is a certain element of this caste, the Brahmins being unhappy. That has been the talk for last more than a year, and that's why we saw Mr. A.K. Sharma being parachuted to Lucknow, but nothing much came out of it. Maybe because of Yogi's resistance. But the problem is the opposition unity, and the problem is that they don't have that kind of either money or the muscle heft right now. The opposition is in a very bad state in terms of logistics also. They don't have the wherewithal to fight a proper election in front of the BJP electoral juggernaut, which is just so overflowing with resources. So, as of now, this poll looks credible. 8 months down the line, by the time voting begins in March, much may change. But frankly speaking, as we speak today, it looks unlikely to change much.
All right, with that, okay, quick response.
on
Quick
just one
response.
more
Things
point.
are unlikely
On
to
the
change. Let's
question
get a
of- on the
response from
question
Manoj
of
Kaka.
Congress having a
Manoj
face,
Kaka.
I think the Congress has.
Yeah.
जो
The
आपने
Congress
अपने
has.
सर्वे में एक चीज दिखाई कि कितने लोग हाउ मच
जी जी
पीपल
एक
आर
सेकंड
एंग्री एंड वांट
संजीव जी एक पॉइंट संजीव जी एक पॉइंट बताना चाह रहे हैं उसके बाद मनोज जी 30 सेकंड रुक जाइए 30 सेकंड के लिए रुक जाइए मनोज जी
No, no,
संजीव
just-
फिनिश योर पॉइंट क्विकली
बस एक नहीं I think just very quickly the face of Congress everybody was talking about without even announcing. I think the Congress had made it clear that Priyanka Gandhi is their face for UP. Now what she can do, how much she can deliver, that's another question. But I think it's the whole optics show that Priyanka will be their face in this campaign.
Okay, that's the indication coming in. मनोज काका बहुत जल्दी संक्षिप्त जवाब दीजिए. ऑपोजिशन की हालत बहुत खराब है, ये कह रहे हैं हमारे काफी सारे ऑब्जर्वर्स. कैसे रिवाइव कर पाएंगे अगले 8 महीनों में?
माधव ऑपोजिशन की हालत, समाजवादी पार्टी की हालत सबसे अच्छी है. और जो आपके अपने सर्वे में दिखाया कि जो लोग योगी को बदलना चाहते हैं और जो लोग रखना चाहते हैं, तो जो पीपुल एंग्री है और वांट्स टू चेंज, उसकी आपने संख्या लगभग 50% दिखाई अपने सर्वे में, और नहीं बदलने वाले लोगों की संख्या 23.something% दिखाई. मैं आपको ये दावे से कह सकता हूं, चूंकि हम लोग ग्रामीण परिवेश में रहते हैं, कि उत्तर प्रदेश में बहती लाशों का जवाब मांग रहा है, बेरोजगारी का दंश झेलते हुए का जवाब मांग रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश के किसान, जिनके 15,000 करोड़ रुपए.
Okay, Manoj Kaka ji, I have to call it an end here because we have one more subject on the debate. I will have to end here. I have to thank all our panelists who have joined us: Shekhar Iyer, Yashwant Deshmukh, Dr. M.H. Khan, Sujata Paul, and Sanjeev Srivastava for joining us. Aparajita Sarangi and Manoj Kaka will stay with us for debate number 2 on the show today.